Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Trading Table. This is Andrew. Joining me is Landon, and today we're going to be giving you guys our weekly outlook so that we can print this week. Looking at our heat map here from Friday, we can see that it was kind of a boring day. Not a whole lot of movement, but there was a lot of bullish movement, right? There wasn't, it took a while to get up there, but it definitely did get up there. SPY did move quite a bit, but tech, not really so much. You had 1% NVIDIA, 1% Apple, Meta down 2.7%, Tesla up 2.99, just call it 3%, right? So not a bad day for sure. And Wells Fargo, remember I was talking about them reporting earnings last week. Definitely not a good earnings report. Well, they did have a good earnings report, but definitely not good price action for them. Looking at SPY's chart here, we can see that we definitely, we're pushing right here, right? All the way up to around 563. And as you can see, that is a new all-time high. So we could probably see SPY pull back a little bit here as it started to do in the afternoon. But, when it pulls back, I think it's just going to keep pushing higher. We're in a super, super bullish market right now. If we jump out to like a month chart, we could see that, we had our pullback, right? Where we touched this 563.52 resistance, and then we kind of pulled back down. And this one's looking to be a lot less major than this pullback here, because as you see, we touched it in pre-market, and then just boom, huge sell-off all day. So I think that, we're going to pull back down to around like this 560 area, and then we're going to push up and break through. Nevertheless, I could be wrong there. There's so many factors that determine this, right? If NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Meta, they do good, that can also determine if SPY will move higher, right? But I definitely think it's possible, and I'm more favored towards that than, a super, super lengthy pullback here. So, Friday, we had chips doing pretty good. As you can see, AMD's back up to that 181 area. It was doing pretty bad not too long ago, right? We were all the way down to that 153. So, huge bull run for AMD, which I really like AMD as a company. They're up over 33% in less than a month, which is just absurd. And if we jump out to the heat map here and smack it on the performance month, 13% for AMD, right? Go to like 3 months. Okay, maybe not. I don't know why the heat map's reading it wrong, but if we draw a little trend line from here to here, we can see that 22%, right, at its peak. Oh, it's down right now. That's why it's not fully up. But so I'm watching for chips to have a continuation as well. I think NVIDIA can definitely keep pushing up here. It kind of dipped down a little bit, which was slightly concerning because it appeared to like kind of maybe break its uptrend. But I don't think it should be okay. I think if anything, pulled back, and now it's going to start uptrending again and maybe break this all-time high of 140.90. But I have this as my resistance here for NVIDIA. And I honestly think that NVIDIA and chips as a whole will do really good this week. But once again, just don't fight the trends and just ride the wave. Apple's just loving, Apple's been really heavily correlated to SPY more than NVIDIA and Microsoft recently. If we look at the month chart, or actually let's go to day chart, right? Day chart for Apple. Actually, I can go ahead and I can go like this. Makes it easier to look at, right? Like that's pretty much almost identical. I'd say that's like over like a 90 correlation coefficient. So super heavily correlated right now. So if Apple's green and NVIDIA, Microsoft aren't too far red, or if they are green, then I think SPY will be pretty bullish there. So I'm watching Apple for kind of my information on SPY. Used to be a super NVIDIA biased market, but it doesn't seem like that anymore. China stocks, though, have been firing recently, right? If we jump out to like a 15-minute chart here, look at that run up. I've been bullish on China stocks for so long now, but it was kind of discouraging because they were just super, super low for so long. It was crazy, right? Right here after earnings reported, super nice bull run up, And if you guys are OG members of the channel, you will remember that I said pick up some shares here. Bob was going to have a nice run up, or even long-term calls. Exactly what it did. So, I think we can finally start seeing something like that again. I mean, look at that. That downtrend is just crazy. It's just gap down after gap down after gap down, with very few gap ups sprinkled in there. But it finally looks like we've broke the downtrend and we are on an uptrend. PDD as well, finally back on an uptrend, right? So I really like PDD as a stock. I think they're basically the Amazon of China, right? They own Temu. So I think they can have a really nice run up. And we do have a big money investor in this with like $7 million to hit 160 by August 16th. So, they kept buying in this dip, which I honestly thought they would stop loss out, but they didn't. They actually bought more. So if anything, that should show you how bullish you should be on PDD, because it is just absolutely absurd the amount of money for the upside in this stock. And that much money can and will help push it up, because just how much there is. In one contract, there's like 7 million. You got another one for like 3 million at a different strike and different expiration. Another one for like 4 million, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, PDD to the moon. I have PDD to, make a new relative high of this like time frame here. I think we can definitely break this 164. And if not that, at least 160. I'm very confident that we can in these next coming weeks. Just got to give it a little bit of time. It also looks like small caps. So this is IWM. This is a small cap ETF. It's made up of 2,000 small cap stocks, and they made it an ETF, right? And it's just been running up recently, which is pretty nice to see for IWM. We have a pretty common big money investor, and I'm pretty sure it's the same guy because it's literally like the same type of play every single time. It's like always like way out of the money and just a bunch of premiums. Like he just wants the cheap contracts. I mean, this guy's putting like 8 million into IWM puts, but the strike is like 191, and that's never getting hit. But yeah, I don't think I'll be seeing that guy anytime soon, just because take a look here, right? IWM has just been kind of downtrending, right? Appears to have broken that downtrend. So if we can keep trending up, I think the market can be super, super bullish right now. I mean, a lot of these, stocks look like they've kind of, trickled down, and now they're finally starting to explode back to the upside, with the exception of like the big five, like Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, Meta, Google, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, these small caps definitely looking pretty good right now, as we can see from this ETF. But let's go ahead and take a look at our economic calendar. So actually, before we take a look at our economic calendar, look at this week. This week is insane. I mean, compared to like the last few weeks, it's been super, super boring. We finally got some, like a packed earnings week. I miss seeing this. So as we get later into the quarter, we'll start seeing more weeks like this if we keep skipping through. Yeah, geez. So yeah, 22nd to 26th, got a lot going on. Wow. And would you look at that, Microsoft, Google? Wow, that's going to be Friday's going to be very interesting going into the weekend for sure. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this week. We'll focus on next week when it hits. Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, boom. You got basically every major financial institution having their earnings come out either last week, this week, or next week, right? We'll be going over the economic calendar in more detail, just because this website doesn't exactly really show everything that I want. So yeah, we'll just stick to the earnings, right? United Health, Bank of America, all those two notable names. IBKR, great broker, by the way. Johnson & Johnson, just the names goes on. Netflix after close. I'm very like, I think Netflix will, this is basically like gambling. This is like, what's the next card coming from the dealer? So don't take this literally at all. But I think Netflix will have a good earnings report, but the stock price will fall. That's just my opinion. But, don't take that literally. Don't go and trade that. It's just kind of cool to see sometimes, just make a little prediction, whatever. But, yeah, American Express on Friday, Fifth Third Bank. So a lot of financial institutions reporting this week. But let's go ahead and take a look at our economic calendar now. So the economic week and what's going on here, earnings is going to be kind of king this week compared to the economic calendar. So, as you can see, we don't really have a lot going on. Unfortunately, we do have Powell speaking again on Monday. So I'm probably not even going to, I'm probably done for the day after 12. When this guy speaks, it's just like, you can't trade, you can't do anything. The market either chops or turns into a rocket ship and flies to the moon, or turns into a drill and drills to the Earth's core. Okay. Powell speaking has just really been getting on my nerve lately. Last week, we had him speak 2 days in a row at 10 a.m., and the speech lasted till 12:30 or 1, and it was so boring. Both days that he spoke, super, super choppy days. But then on Tuesday, we have core retail sales month on month and retail sales month on month. So, Tuesday, I honestly don't think these numbers will come in too hot. If they do, obviously it'll affect the market, but I think we should be good there. I don't think this will really do much to the market. Crude oil inventories comes out on Wednesday. Jobless claims and Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index on Thursday. And Friday, we are all in the clear for the weekend. But that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the Trading Table. If you're interested in our free Discord, the link is in description. We have plays from our bots. We've got a community, always in the voice channels. So definitely check it out. 100% free, no strings attached. But we'll see you guys tomorrow at market close.